Okay, we're gonna go for round two. Let me know when you're on and if you can hear me. I was speaking from my heart and no one could hear me, which is totally fine. I am rolling with the punches and I really want you to hear what I have to say because hopefully it can offer some advice. So I'm gonna wait a second here just to see if you can hear me. Comment below if you are watching. Hey Jen, is this working finally or not? Can you hear me? It looks like more of you are hopping on. Can you hear me at all? If you could comment below. Oh, how weird is that? I always go live and it wasn't working, the audio, but that's okay. I will go again. I don't know if it'll be as good as the first time, but that's okay. I was totally just speaking from my heart. And yay, thanks. I saw like a lot of you on and no one was saying anything. I was like, maybe they're just taking it in, but it makes sense now. You couldn't even hear me. Thanks. Keep commenting below. It's awesome. The more you comment, the more I will feed off your energy because nothing was there before. I want to talk to you about something that happened to me. Some people in my life have been getting hurt. I don't know about you, but there are a lot of critical, hurting people in this world, and it's really hard to not be defensive, and it's really hard to not come in and save the day and prove your point and say, don't mess with this person because I love them. What are you doing? It's really hard to not do that. And for someone like me, I love proving points. There is a situation of someone that has been hurting people that I love, and it's not easy because it stems from hurting people hurt people. And I recognize that. As a teacher, I recognize that. And you just are so sad in situations like this. And I want to share with you some advice that I have for when hurting people hurt people and helps people help people. So I'm assuming that all of you, since we live in a world of relationships, we live in a world, whether it's your workplace, at home, your kids, your spouse, your friends, whatever situation it is when you have relationships in your life, social media, where people can be really critical. People can be very relentless with their opinions, and it can come off across as so heartless and so mean. And I want to talk to you a little bit about that. And I also want you to know that this is just my opinion, so you may take it with a grain of salt, but hopefully this can offer some hope to you, but also just logical advice if you are dealing with situations like this. So first of all, when someone is hurting someone you love or hurting you, it is really, really important to be logical, and it's really important to be factual. Let me give you an example. Well, I don't know if it's an example, but kind of go on the other end of things. How many of you have ever gotten emotionally hijacked? Yes, me. Emotionally hijacked means that you're just acting out of emotion. You're being irate or not logical, and you're just speaking and you're just emotional because of how you're feeling, right? It kind of comes from that feeling base. So the more logical you can be and factual about situations, the better. So for example, something that was happening to the people that I loved, I wanted to come into their defense, and I had to really sit back and be logical about it. And I said, wow, this has nothing to do with the person that they're hurting, and it has everything to do with them, because they are hurting so bad that they want to make other people feel the way that they're feeling, which is sad, which is super sad, because that's, as a human race, typically what we want to do, right? When we're hurting, well, shoot, they need to feel that way. Look what they did because they're feeling that way, right? So the more logical, and you can step back and really think about that and reflect on that, where it's like, dang, like, me getting emotional is just going to only escalate this and make it way worse. So be logical and factual. And that may not happen right away. For me, I had to sleep on it. And I had to really think about, okay, wait a second. Like, what do you know? What is truth? What is real? And, what is not real in this situation? Got it. This makes sense. This person's just hurt. They're attacking this person. This makes sense. Second, unemotional. It's super important to be unemotional. and not lash out. It's just going to cause more hurt. It's going to cause more harm. It's really important to not use the past as daggers, because again, it's only going to create more brokenness instead of just that logical, unemotional of the present of what just happened versus what happened many years ago when this happened this time and you did this, where you guys, God's greatest gift is forgiveness, and not everyone knows how to use it. It is really hard when someone hurts you to not come back at them and sting them and hurt them back. Instead, being able to be in that fully forgiveness present moment and to be able to just deal with the actual issue and not a bunch of built up issues, if that makes sense. So people, not points. Thanks for all your love, you guys. People, not points. So at the end of the day, this whole situation, my point doesn't matter. The people in my life matter. And it's people who matter. And when your point, I'm the queen of trying to prove a point. If you've ever hung out with me, I love critical conversations. I love that kind of stuff. And this is something that I've really had to grow with, that it's my point. It doesn't solve anything except for feeding my ego. And at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. So if you can really think like that and be like, okay, people, not points. My point will only satisfy me for a second, but I'm going to feel bad about it later, or I'm going to hurt this person even more. You know what I mean? Where, you guys, our points are just points and their opinions. And it doesn't mean that you have to give up your beliefs. It doesn't mean that you have to wave this white flag and, whatever, and just always surrender. That's not what I mean. It just means that there's moments where you legitimately just don't say anything, or handle it with kindness, handle it with love, versus just trying to be a point person. And let me tell you, that's something that I struggle with for sure. Thanks, Jen. And breathe. That's something that I had to do. That, right? Breathing when I feel stressed or hijacked or angry, frustrated, like when you get lost in California because you don't know where you're going all the time, I do a lot of deep breaths and it helps me a ton. When someone's hurting you and being critical to someone else, just take a deep breath and just get the air in your lungs. Bring yourself back to reality, get out of your head, and just focus. Apologize when you need to. There are times where, I hate to admit it, but not really. Apologizing does so much, you guys. And, there's a time where someone can be a bully and completely ruthless and wrong. I'm not saying, apologize and just and then just try to move on and not deal with it. No, actually deal with it. So if you become more emotional and hurtful, you gotta apologize when you get hijacked like that. And if someone's coming at you, it could be something simple as I'm really sorry that this is what you thought, or I'm really sorry that this is what it came out to look like. I want to really explain to you where my heart is right now and my intentions, because I think it's just a really big miscommunication. So apologize when you need to. That goes a long way. Forgiveness is an amazing gift that not everyone knows how to use, and I really wish that we all would, and we're all sinners, so it's not going to happen that way all the time. We can't please everyone. Do you know those people who are like this? That's what Eric and I do and with people pleasers, where they're just trying so hard, just please everyone. We can't maintain that. It's impossible. People are going to be not pleased all the time. You're going to disappoint people. People are going to get angry with you. They're not going to like what you're doing. Okay, let's be real. Becoming a Beachbody coach, I think a lot of Beachbody coaches, and this has nothing to do with Beachbody, but get a lot of criticism and heat, for what we're doing. And it's really easy to be this kind of stuff. No, people aren't going to be pleased when they see me all over social media. They're going to be critical, and that's fine. I know my integrity, I know my heart, and I know my sincerity. I don't need validation from other people to condone that. And when people are angry, they like to flock to other angry people and other negative people and get validation that what they're doing in that angry way is right, which is so sad. So sad. You don't need validation. Don't be a people pleaser. You're not going to be able to please everyone. People are going to get upset because guess where that stems from? Their own hearts. Hurting people hurt people. So if people are hurting in your life, you can't fix that. They have to choose to fix that, right? So at the end of the day, You get to decide and make a choice. Okay, this is how I'm going to react. This is how I'm going to be. I understand that that's just what they're going to feel because they're hurting. I'm going to keep doing my thing and leading with my heart and having integrity. And I'm telling you, it'll give you a peace of mind, and you're not hurting that person who's trying to hurt a million other people. It's just what it is. Have integrity. Have integrity. And, when I wanted to handle this situation and I wanted to attack and I wanted to defend and come in, as this hero of like, don't mess with my people. You know what I'm saying? Where I was like, hold on a second. Your integrity, that would put your entire integrity on the line. No. People, not points. Have integrity. Take a deep breath. Chill out. And then follow your heart. You know what's right. Deep down, we all do. We know if we've wronged someone. We know if we are being critical. We know if we're hurtful, that it's not right. And if you know you're coming from a genuine place and you sincerely didn't mean to hurt someone, follow your heart. You know your intentions, and you can't please everyone, and you can't convince people. And if you do the right thing, that's all you can do, you guys. So at the end of the day, people who are hurting want to make you feel the way that they're feeling. And I'm sure some of you have people like that in your life, and you have to really think about that. This is stemming from something so much deeper. It's not because I did this or, made a mistake or said this. It's stemming from something so much deeper within them that it's just coming out in this little scenario. So yeah, just know that hurting people hurt people, but helped people help people. Do you know the type of community that we're building here? All of you commenting below and showing love. We have this amazing gift, and we can share it, and we can be this light to other people's darkness. We can be this light to other people's hurts and their pain. And I'm telling you, people will still try to hurt you, whether you are the most positive person in the world. I can tell you that people will try to tear you down because they care only about their opinions and they don't care about people. But you have to make a decision. Are you going to be someone that cares about your point, or are you going to be someone that cares about each other? And I'm telling you, the community that we can build here is something so much grander and bigger and better than just trying to prove a point. We just get to love, and we get to share hope, and we get to encourage, and we get to build up. And people need us. People help people. So when you work on yourself and you choose health and happiness, and it's funny because people can be even critical of that, of you trying to be more positive, which makes me laugh. That's a side note when someone's like, well, I don't want to post this on social media because they'll think I'm annoying. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're being positive and you're worried about judgment? Come on. That's like get away from that negativity. Okay, that's a total side note, but I'm just saying, help people. And you, my friends, can be that light, and you can be that person that leads with integrity, and you can be that person that just simply changes lives, all because you lead and follow your heart, and all because you take deep breaths, and all because you are logical, you're unemotional. I'm not saying you need to be unemotional all the time and be a robot. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you're not coming with daggers trying to hurt everyone just to protect your heart, because at the end of the day, I think so many of us just want to protect our hearts because we're sick and tired of them being broken all the time. But when you choose to not be a people pleaser, and you choose to do the right thing, and you choose to just continue to be positive in times of hardship, so many beautiful things can happen. Hammer and Chisel got it going on, girl. Thank you. I'm going to catch up with your stuff. Oh, yes, Pursuit of Happiness. You guys are just like loving this up, and I'm so thankful for that. I can't like this enough, and you can't get some. You're amazing. Thank you. Oh, Kim, thank you. Rachel, no validation. You guys, and that means negative. You don't need, when something bad happened, you're like, right, like I said the right thing, right? I do that all the time. Where it's like, you don't need someone to like root you on and make yourself convince to convince you that you did the right thing. Like in your heart, you should already know that. And if you're asking for that validation, you probably didn't do the right thing, unless you're really seeking, feedback, which I do a lot, but I think it kind of goes in between the two. Practice taming your tongue. Yes, exactly. People, not points. Hello, hello. God's greatest gift is forgiveness. It's so true. Not everyone uses it. Put yourself in the situation, explain it. Yeah, you all are so amazing. Yeah, put yourself in their shoes. I play Mama Bear too. Let me tell you, that's what I wanted to do the other day. Yay, I'm glad you guys could hear me. I appreciate all of your love. Thank you so much, Jamie. Oh, yeah, I think so. Oh, man. I'm telling you, there's so much we have yet to do in this world. And think happy, be happy, spread happiness, be logical about it. We don't live in a la la land. Of course, bad things are going to happen, but you get to choose how you react to it. And I can tell you, there's been times where I've been hurt and I've acted insanely poorly. In this particular instance that was happening, I wanted to. And I had to really practice the things that I told you, and it worked. And I realized, wait a second, I really care about that person who's hurting other people, and I just need to really pray for them, but also just, it doesn't matter what I think and say. At the end of the day, as long as I'm doing the right thing and thinking positively about it, good things can only happen, right? So, love you too. Okay, you all are just so amazing. Thank you so much. Hey, Orlando. Oh, I know, right? It's always harder to do what others are afraid to or want to. I 100% agree with that. And it's so hard to live on the other side of fear. And it's really hard to go against the grain. And, that's something with Beachbody that in the beginning, there's been so many supportive people, and it's been amazing. And I think it's because Beachbody is unconventional, and but I've definitely experienced that, where you have to really ask yourself at the end of the day, is this something that makes me happy? Is this good for me? Am I surrounded by good people, positive people? Am I feeling better? Am I becoming a better person? If someone's going to be negative about that, you really have to say to yourself, sell me on your life. If you're telling me not to do something and you're trying to hold me back, what's your solution then? Because at the end of the day, you just have an opinion of what you think I should be doing, when at the end of the day, you just are hurting. And Orlando, I totally get that. And it's hard, but when you can surround yourself with warriors and people who just want to make a difference and follow their hearts and follow their dreams and just flip and go for it, the coolest things happen. Yes! Oh my gosh, you are so amazing. Thanks for your love. Thanks for your comments. And just thank you. And whatever you all want in life, go get it. You guys, if someone's holding you back because of you trying to make yourself better, really evaluate. Wait a second. Hold on. They're trying to hold me back for being a better person. Yikes. Maybe I don't need them quite right there as my cheerleader, or not cheerleader, I guess. I need people who are telling me to fight for my happiness and my health. And don't be a people pleaser. It's never going to happen. You could be the best person in the entire world, which we're all not, because, we all have faults. But if your intentions and your integrity and, what you're wanting to do is to make a difference and help and inspire, you can't let those people bring you down, man. You just can't. I appreciate all of your love so much. And I will try to go live more this week. I went to Yosemite over the weekend and it was really great. Now I have a million messages to catch up on because you all are amazing. And thanks for your patience, and thanks for just supporting me. And, a side note, this is something I'm really throwing out there. I think that I'm going to be starting a podcast soon, and just me saying that out loud is probably going to make me do it and follow that. So I'll keep you guys posted on what that will look like, what that will be like. But I think that's a direction that I'm wanting to go, and it's because of all of your feedback. All right, have an amazing Tuesday night. Don't be a people pleaser. Be unemotional when it comes to hurting people. And lead with your heart, have integrity, people, not points, and take a deep breath, sit back, and realize that if you're doing it the right way and thinking the right way, your point doesn't matter. And don't try to put daggers on people, and don't try to to fight just to prove a point and feed your ego. It's only going to cause more destruction. Caitlin, I think I'm going to go for it. Oh, man. Thank you, Tina. Okay, you guys, have a great, great night.